It's 8:18. She's going to be remembered as a trailblazer and an advocate. After a 40-year career, Representative Lois DeBerry lost her battle with pancreatic cancer yesterday. Here to talk this morning about Lois and her legacy, we have Representative Harold Love Jr. Thank you so much for coming in this morning. You were very close with Lois.
Yes, she served 22 years with my father, and then I had, of course, the privilege to serve with her this last session, and we served on the Education Committee together. And our offices actually were about just 2 doors from each other on Legislative Plaza. So the opportunity to sit and to learn from her was something that I often treasure and cherish.
We were talking about this in the break. You were born in 1972. That was the first year she was elected.
Yes.
1972.
Yes.
When you were working with her on things like education, what were you gleaning from her? What did you take away when you saw how she worked through some of these bills?
One of the most important things she taught me was the fact that we had to be aware of the long-standing consequences of our votes, and that we could not just vote for that moment. We could not be swayed by just interest of other people, but we had to be responsible. And I never shall forget, that was a very crucial vote on some legislation, and I was concerned about the way that people were responding to the way I voted. And she said, "Harold, those who aren't on the committee will always criticize you or me because of how we may vote because we're on the committee."
Right.
And that made me feel a lot better, because I understood then that, you know, it's a situation where you can't make everybody happy, and you're trying to do the best for students out there and teachers, and so you have to be aware of the little nuances in there. But to be in her presence empowered you, to have her sit down, and I took it as a pleasure when she would come into the chamber and she'd look at me and she'd ask me to go get her some tea. I immediately would get up, and because that let me know that she really, you know, valued my friendship.
Absolutely.
And of course, the fact that she served with my father was a great opportunity for me to still learn from her some things about him.
What will she both be remembered for after this?
I think her work on a national level with the National Black Caucus of State Legislators, but also locally here. When you talk about the Black Caucus of State Legislators, how she helped form it and help over many years put forth legislation, but her fight for public education, her fight for civil rights, and just the fact that she empowered also a lot of African American women, because they saw in her a beacon of hope and light that they could achieve anything also. And you know, when she asked you to do something, you did it.
Right.
And so that was the whole thing, even with the coffee. I mean, she would say, "Harold, I need some coffee." I said, "I'll be right back.
I'm on it.
I'm on it right now."
I'm on it, Miss Lois. Well, she was certainly a fighter. That's what we're hearing from everybody this morning.
And I have my purple this morning because, of course,
for pancreatic cancer.
Yeah, and she would come and check me and say, "Do you have your purple on today?" I said, "Yes, ma'am. It'll be on today."
Well, thank you for wearing it. Thank you for coming in.
Yes, ma'am.
It was great having you. Harold Love Jr., thanks for being here. All right.